Okay, so in previous videos, I've talked about how Databricks is trying to enter into the business intelligence, BI, data visualization space, and how they're approaching things a little bit differently through creative licensing schemes, new fun AI tools, a new fancy portal. They're really pulling out all the stops. That said, what really matters in a business intelligence tool is the ability to report facts. And what do you need in order to report facts? Well, you need the business metadata, meaning the KPIs and the dimensions that the business actually cares about, translated into what's called a semantic layer. Now, a semantic layer is really important to the success of a BI tool because it's what kind of acts as a bridge between the raw transactional data and the business users. It's what they see when they interact, building a visualization or what an AI tool might return instead of just generating out a bunch of raw transactions. Now, in Microsoft Power BI, you create a semantic model or that semantic layer by going into the model view right here, getting data, bringing it into the model view, and then building out a model where you create measures, calculation groups, perspectives, that kind of thing. But Databricks has chosen a little bit of a different approach. What they have you do is they have you define your semantic layer in what are called metric views. And you build those metric views in your Databricks data catalog. Now, in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at what exactly metric views are, as well as building one of our own. So, are you ready? Well, let's log into Databricks Free Edition and let's get started. So here I am logged into Microsoft Databricks Free Edition. And what you can see is I have defined a view right here using SQL. And then I've said with metrics language YAML. Now, YAML is the language that you define a Databricks metric view in. YAML is a type of JSON, actually, even though it doesn't look like it, that is very indent sensitive, very similar to Python, only you can't use tabs. It's typically made up of sequences. So for example, lists or arrays or mappings. So like what we have here where we have key and then value pairs. Now, a metric view includes 6 kind of high level fields. And in this case, we are showing 4 of them. So first things first, you need to start with a version. In this case, this is metric view version 1.0. Then you need to define a source. So that's going to be kind of your base fact table that the metric view is going to be based around. And then you always need dimensions. So these are the dimensions that you want to aggregate your metrics around. And then you also always need measures. And this is your business KPIs that you're defining in the metric view. However, there are 2 more optional top level fields. And the first of those is joins. So joins allow you to use left outer joins to build kind of a star schema around your fact table. So in this case, if customers was our fact table, we could add on additional dimensional data around that we could then pull into our dimensions section right here. The next optional top level field is filter. And what a filter allows us to do is it allows us to filter down based on different criteria the table or like the results returned by the metric. So, like for example, maybe we only wanted a metric view that would return records from the past 2 years. This would allow you to do that by kind of giving it a name and then an expression of which to filter by. However, the data that I have loaded in my Databricks free edition account here is not much. So I don't have the data to use that more complex functionality. So let's take a look at just this metric view that we're building. So as you can see, I've defined kind of the columns of the metric view in order here, and I've given them a comment. And then I have defined my dimensions. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm giving it a plain English name, and this English name can include spaces. And then I'm giving it the name of the column in the expression section. And I'm doing this for all of the dimensions. And you might notice that every single dimension right here starts with 2 spaces, a dash, and then a space. And that is really important because YAML is very space sensitive. Again, it does not like tabs. So focus in on spaces here. And then finally, I'm defining my measures. And again, with a measure, you are giving it a name and then you're giving it an aggregate expression. So let's take a look at what happens when we go ahead and we click run and we create this metric view. And so just like that, through the power of editing, here we are, we have a view created and we have our view visible in our Catalog Explorer. So let's go ahead and let's open that up into Catalog Explorer and let's take a look at what it looks like. As you can see, we have our measures in their own unique section with a comment and then a definition. And then we have all of our dimensions over here. Now, this is really cool because we can use this metric like a regular SQL table or like a regular view, I should say. So let's go back over here into our SQL editor and let's create a new query and let's try to, well, query from it. So the first thing that I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go select star from, and this will not work. And that is because when you're querying from a metric view, you need to have all of your dimensions in a group by. So for example, here, if I go group by a.city, and then you need to reference all of your measures using a SQL measure function or a Databricks measure function. So you go measure right here, and then you can bring your measures in. So in this case, I believe the measures are called units purchased. So I can go measure. Then because I have a space, put a little tick in here and then go units purchased. And this should run successfully, just like a normal SQL query. Now, what's also really cool about this is that if we go back over here into this metric view, I can then simply go create right here, and I can automatically create a Genie AI space that's going to bring the context and the business relationships that exist within that semantic layer in the metric view automatically into the AI context that it uses to process data. So that is the basics of what a metric view is in Databricks and how you can kind of semantic model in their platform. One quick note before we leave though, you saw me define a metric view using SQL or code. You can also do it using the Catalog Explorer. So you can click over here into the catalog. You can then drill into, for example, a given workspace. So like we can go into dev, click onto a table, and then we can go over here to create, and we can create a metric view by clicking right here. And it'll open up a YAML window for us to go ahead and us to define that metric view in. So what do you think about Databricks' approach to semantic modeling? Do you think it is better than Power BI's because it's code based and you can really quickly and rapidly query it using a SQL like syntax? Or do you think it's worse because it's not as user friendly and as beginner friendly as Microsoft Power BI is? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Thanks for watching. Bye.